Hey everyone, I'm back. I'm really sorry that I didn't upload last week, but everything will be back to normal from now on. And now that I'm back, I found out that Slim wants to fight again. Yes, he's now calling out Anderson Gib. Now, if you don't know who Slim is, he's the really skinny guy that massacred FouseyTube. And I don't say massacred lightly, he absolutely destroyed him. If you haven't seen the fight, I recommend that you watch it to know who Slim is. I swear to God, if you thought Joe Weller put up a poor performance, look at FouseyTube. FouseyTube did nothing. He just stood there and just ate punches. I think he must have threw probably like 20 punches the entire fight. It got called off early before, well, he died. But anyway, so Slim's the guy who beat Fousey, and now he's calling out Gib. So you may be sat there thinking, why is Slim calling out Gib? Like, what's going on? I don't know if you remember, a couple of months ago, Anderson Gib was trying to announce that he wanted to start his own YouTube event called YouTube Rumble. The idea behind it is it was going to be like Logan versus KSI 1, where it was strictly YouTubers only, and he was basically planning for it to be some massive event. And if you ask me, it sounded like a brilliant idea. A lot of other YouTubers were behind the idea and they did want to fight in the undercard. However, Gib had a massive issue because the headline fight, what Gib wanted is it was going to be Gib versus Deji. And Gib had a good point. This was a good idea for Gib to fight Deji because both of them had lost to Jake Paul. Both Deji and Gib were in the same weight class, similar height. It would have been a brilliant fight, but Deji being Deji, he just basically said no. And from what I've seen, the reasons that Deji gave for not fighting Gib, it didn't really make much sense. So basically, because of Deji, this YouTube Rumble would never happen. Now, Gib isn't the only person to have this problem with Deji. In fact, Slim, the guy who's calling out Gib now, actually called out Deji a couple months ago.
For now. But yo, one person just said they was down. He is also one of the YouTubers I called out. Deji! You guys may have known him from his fight with Jake Paul last year, and he got beat up.
Slim called out Deji, and Deji basically said that he wasn't interested. So realistically, Slim has got no one else to call out besides Gib. Again, the same with Deji, they're at the same weight class, and they've both got respectable boxing records. So realistically, the only opponent each of them have is each other. Now, if you're asking for my opinion, I'd say that Gib would pretty much destroy Slim. If you completely forget about Gib's fight with Jake and just push that aside, the facts are Gib is a much heavier built guy than Slim. Slim is a very skinny guy. However, as Gib is a lot bigger built, he'd have a lot more power than Slim. Then not to mention, Gib's fighting style is aggressive. He goes on the attack and charges forward. Just charging forward, swinging, it works with inexperienced fighters. Unfortunately, when Gib fought Jake, he didn't realise that Jake is not an inexperienced fighter, and that is essentially why he lost. The way Gib fights, it will definitely put off Slim, as it gives an inexperienced fighter a lot less time for them to be able to think. If Gib charges forward, throwing jabs like he usually does, and then on top of that, Gib is actually able to slip and duck punches, which means he's got an alright defense. Slim may think that he's a good boxer, however he has to remember the fact that he fought Fousey and he had none of the ability that Gib's got. So if Slim actually would fight Gib, he'd definitely have to train harder than he's ever trained before. But either way, I'm happy with either of them to take the win because I don't mind either of them. Again, if he was asking me, I think Gib would have Slim pretty easily. There's no point denying it. We all want more fights. However, there's a problem with this one. You have to look at the bigger picture and be realistic about it. It's no secret that when Gib lost to Jake, he really got embarrassed. Gib basically became a meme and everyone was basically bullying him online. And ever since that fight, Gib has always wanted to restore his reputation. So in order for Gib to restore that reputation, he has to go up. He can't go down. And this means no respect to Slim at all, but him fighting Slim is actually a downgrade. Gib wants to have a big event for his comeback, and let's be real, if it's a small event, there's not really much point in Gib even doing it. And the reason why I'm talking about there not being a big event is because, let's be real, us YouTube boxing fans, we all know who Slim is. However, when you look at Slim's YouTube views, he averages around 40 to 50,000 views per video, which means there's not going to be a lot of support, for a big event. The names are just not big enough to bring a massive audience. I think the only way they will be able to do it is if they did a small event when it was Slim versus Fousey, something small like that. It is annoying because we're not going to get a big event out of this. I think realistically, if we were going to look at if they were going to fight, their best bet is to wait until they can get on the undercard of KSI versus Jake. I think these guys and everyone needs to just hold fire and just wait. We all need to wait for the ultimate showdown between Jake Paul and KSI. So if I was you guys, I'd just wait and see what what happens with Jake Paul versus Nate Robinson? I've just got to be real with everyone for a second. Basically, I want to upload videos more and more. However, I've kind of built my channel on the YouTube boxing, and unfortunately there's not a lot going on anymore. So I'm going to start uploading more videos that aren't necessarily boxing related, but will be similar to this. But if there is stuff to do about the boxing, I will definitely make videos about it. But all I'm trying to say is just expect more videos that are a little bit different to this. I just want to say a quick thank you to everybody that subscribed recently. We've been absolutely killing it. I genuinely thought we'd never ever get this far, and I'm so proud of it. Make sure you give this video a like, and make sure you're subscribed and turn the notifications on for the more videos that are coming out soon. But anyway, that's all I've got to say about this topic for today. I'll catch you on the next one.